What's going on, everyone? It's Aaron at the Beards and the Bees. Back to you with another video. These hives are getting a lot of footwork is going on in these hives. Been seeing a lot of busyness around there. So today we're going to open these hives up, take a peek at what's going on, see how different things are from last week. It shouldn't be as informative as last week because I had to give you guys all the backstory on everything. So it's just going to be like last week, but better. Hoping to get some capped brood, where all the eggs and larvae we saw last week should be capped, or at least some of them, hopefully. And then, yeah, just see how far they've drawn that comb out through the frames. So yeah, this one shouldn't be as long, which is a lot better for some of you people that don't like to listen to me talk. And let's get into it. All right, so because it's a little bit cloudy, they're going to be a little bit more agitated on cloudy days and cold days. But I don't really have much time to do this other than today. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so we have the time that we have. So we're going to make sure we're suited, and we're going to make sure we have our smoke handy. We're going to smoke them a little bit. Got some fancy new tools here. I got a hooked hive tool. I've got a matching one with my doctor because he's my buddy and he's helped me out a lot, so I got him a matching one. And we also got this fancy frame holder, so this goes on the side, holds our frame so we don't have to set them down. Let's get into it. Okay, so we'll take the cover off. Oh yeah, look, that syrup thing is empty. Empty. Okay, let's break this apart. So it shouldn't pop out as much. See, this tool is fancy because you can just stick it in, use the bagger for the frame, and it pops these things up and out. But this one's not. So not much going on over here. Just a little bit they've drawn it. I'm assuming it's gotten cold, so they're trying to build a little cluster.
Oh wow.
So you can see we're getting a lot more comb drawn. Comb's drawn out really well.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the further frames too. See, they got the syrup in there. This is all pollen, so there's a whole pollen tray here basically. So there's just a bunch of syrup on this side. So it's good. Drawing out their frames is what we want. This side looks kind of like it did last week, huh?
Wow, that's awesome.
There we go. So all this over here, you can see the different stages of the brood. See how fat those little larvae are down in there? So these girls are just getting ready to be capped. That's why all these girls over here are capped.
So what are these holes?
These holes?
Like, why are there some holes and like most of it's not?
It looks like, well, there's eggs down inside there, so she's dropping stuff in there. So I'm guessing that that's just where either somebody had hatched or somebody didn't get laid. I'm assuming nobody's hatched yet because we've only had a couple weeks. But this is all capped, so they got these little fat larvae. They fill it with a little bit more bee bread, and then they cap it. You see those larvae in there?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So these girls are all capped.
So is this stuff here called bee bread?
No, this is all capped brood. So
What's
underneath
capped
here,
mean?
capped is means so these little larvae that we're looking at, uncapped, same thing, but these are capped.
But what's the capped stuff? Like what?
Capped is wax over top of
Wax.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the same wax. Oops, I just actually opened that one up. You're gonna have to close that one back down in there. So yeah, once they're capped, then they're just waiting for them to turn into little bees.
Okay.
Little baby bees, and then they hatch out. So yeah. Over on this side, we have more larvae. Those are all the eggs we were seeing last week. Now they're all up to larva stage. You can see the different stages of them.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a rice down in that one, an egg. And as they get bigger, they start to curl. So that one's just like a C. That one kind of looks like an E, and then they just get fatter and fatter. So this is a good frame of brood. And they have them all the way down in here. So this queen, then there's eggs down inside of here. So this queen is laying the hell out of this frame. She is really going to town. There's not much going on this side. Like, they're drawing it out, but they're not. I mean, there's a little bit of pollen up here, but they're not really putting anything in here. They're just kind of drawing it out. So All right, so we will push this girls over. I am going to go a little bit further this time than I did last time. Just because I want to make you see how many frames out they're going. So, because we're going to have to add a super or another brood box on top of this once they get about 8 frames in. So this is going to be probably our biggest frame here.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of larvae and eggs in there. And these ones aren't capped yet, I'm assuming, so these ones are probably just a little newer. Wow, so that queen laid out that whole frame on that side and then just went straight from there and then laid over all of this side. So she is rocking.
How's come there's comb down here?
That's just a little bit of burr comb.
Okay.
So nothing. It's not like a queen cup or anything. Just a little bit of burr comb. So, yep, she's doing good. She might be on this side here. If you see a green spot, oh look, all cat brood on this side.
Oh wow.
So she is a really super good queen. These girls are doing so good.
There's so many of them.
I know, and this, I mean, imagine 2 frames. I mean, there's frames on that side, frames on these 2 are these 2 center ones, and they're just pulling. And there's, I mean, these are 2 solid frames of eggs and larvae. Like, they're just killing it. Oh look, they popularized it. Can you see all their little heads looking up?
Yeah.
See the little faces? What's going on up there? I haven't seen her yet.
Well, can you even see her?
Oh yeah. Ah, Sam. Making fun of my color blindness, are you?
Always.
Alright, so this one
There she
is
right there.
oh, money. Doing her thing. Is there eggs in those cells? Wow, she's actually kind of an easy one to spot, isn't she? She's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They did not like me blowing on the queen, did
No,
they?
they did not. That was crazy.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, she's got eggs all down in these ones too, so she's just working this frame out. So yeah, so she's gonna lay this one all out, and then this side we're just now drawing out, and nothing really in it. A little bit of syrup. A little bit of syrup, that's about it.
Okay.
They did not like me blowing on that queen, did they?
No.
They have a little cluster.
Yeah.
It's just syrup. So, we'll see how many frames we have here. As of now, we have 1, 2, 3. They're working on 4 frames drawn. That's what I didn't do last time. I'm supposed to even these out between the 2, so it's like center. So we have even on both sides. Otherwise, you push all one side and they got room to make burr comb over here.
Oh, okay.
But see, we didn't get burr comb last time, so it's good. Or we didn't get burr comb like we got last time. On this little bit on the bottom, or whatever. So, they're good to go.
Is it normal for them to make that on the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a little bit of space there, they're used to making, you know, anywhere where they can, they will.
Okay.
So, if there's a little dip in the screen and it's a little bit too big, they'll go for it. So, there they go. They get another sugar water. Sugar water and keep going like you're going. No notes for them. Okay, so those girls are doing well. No notes for them. And I'm expecting that this hive is going to do about the same. But we got to check them anyway to make sure if they need stuff, we got to be able to give it to them. So here we go. So wow, these girls love syrup. These Italians are a bunch of drinkers, I tell you. Because I mean, I did that 2 days ago, and they're going about one of these every 4 days.
You sure they're not Irish?
Yeah, maybe they're Irish Italian. Oh wow. So they got more going here, on top at least.
Wow.
Yeah, they got more girls. In the center. hanging on to 2 different people, 3 different people. Like a bullseye. Don't let go. Don't let go.
It's funny.
Nothing? Nothing. Feels like they have a little bit more production going on. It's about the same. Because they got they're drawn just this little bit and then just packing it. Yep, but just with bee bread. They're making bee bread out with the syrup, looks like. So, yeah, not a bad little hive there. A bad little start on this side. Starting to draw that one out. So we will just turn that over. This one definitely feels heavier.
Wow.
So we got some cat brood there. We got a lot of larvae over here. There's bee bread up here. So, yeah. So they're not capping as fast, but they're getting it done. They're just a little behind. It looks like they're more worried about drawing that comb out, which is probably why they're drinking so much more syrup. Other side is empty comb on this side. So they're drawing it out, but they're just not putting anything in it yet. It looks like there's a little pollen on top. That's about it. Here's where we should start seeing some fun stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we'll go with this side first. Look, they're drawing that right there too. Same as the other side. That's probably where it's connected, huh? So we're capping this brood. That's all capped, which is good. Yeah, so there's a whole frame of brood. And they're just capping this side because the rest around it are eggs. Which I think that they're supposed to be doing it little, I don't know if it really matters, but I think they typically are supposed to put brood in the center. On this side. Okay, so we got fat larvae in there. So that larva is just getting ready to be capped. The one's straight down in there. See the fat larva down there, over here?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so they're just getting ready to be capped. That's probably what they're working on now.
They look really gross.
Well, they are. They're cute, Sam. Like him. You can be that.
They're cute there, but not
Cute friends.
there.
Alright, so that's good. That's all we want to see on that one. Brood's coming. So, yeah. I like it. So just a bunch of larvae on this side. And nothing capped yet. Yep, nothing capped yet. Just more larvae. Let's see what this side. More eggs on this side. So the queen's working it. She's not going quite as fast as the other queen, but she's still laying super good. Yeah, she's still laying super good. Alright, last frame. Syrup. Yep, lots of syrup. And some pollen. Sweet, and then there's more of those trained bees. And then they're just drawing that out.
I want to find the queen.
I didn't see her, did you?
No? Go back to the other frame. Go back to the other side of that.
See her anywhere?
No?
Maybe Sam didn't catch her this time. Want to go look for her?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Alright, so I wouldn't normally do this, but just for fun.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. Big mama. She's quite a bit lighter, huh? Yep, doing her thing, which is good because there's a lot of eggs around her, so that means she's laying eggs. So we're good. We can close this puppy up.
I have a question. Will these two bees interact with each other, like the two different types, the Italians and the Caramiolas?
Absolutely. There's a big thing with beekeepers because so we can try to get certain genetics going as far as our bees go, but there's no such thing as 100% Carniolan or 100%, you know, Italian or whatever bee breed you want to come, because there's several. So say the Carniolan makes another queen, so she goes off on a mating flight. Well, these guys can make the drones, which are the male bees. If they go out in the same time, well, she's gonna mate with that. She's not gonna go, oh, you're an Italian, different breed. See what I'm saying? She's gonna breed with them anyway. So it's never 100%. And people that claim to have 100% genetics, they have some like a little bit more rigorous. You know, there's a lot more scrutiny. It's a lot more. There's a lot more scrutiny as far as bringing in people to check the genetics of the hive and make sure that lineage is just so pure. And it's kind of, I mean, it's almost, it's a little exaggerated in my opinion. But if you're going for a specific breed, because they all have their different, so though this one is more Italian than anything, that's why they have these Italian traits. Italian queen.
So why don't they like just combine and make one giant?
Because this queen smells different than this queen.
Okay.
But if you were to take these two hives and put them right beside each other, and then say you made a big giant box over top of that wasn't divided, as long as you put a queen excluder to keep her down in her box and her down in her box, both of the bees of both boxes would come up and fill a super together. So they'll work together. We just can't have these queens mingling.
Okay, I get you.
And they're always looking out for their own hive. You see what I'm saying? So if these guys are stronger than these guys and they seem weak and they look like they could take their resources, they will rob that other side. So you want to make sure that they're both about on par. So which we are. We're doing really good. Not as informative today, but today was mainly just a little checkup to make sure the things that we were talking about last week are still going on this week. You'd think that they would be up and flying and crazy, but because it's, you know, the weather's bad. But the hive is super duper friendly. Like, they're so friendly. So, or I should say they're not friendly, they're tolerant, I should say. Alright. Another sticks. Stick. I told those guys I always do the syrup because it has to make the vacuum lock. I always do the syrup in here so that nothing's out here and the ants don't get on it, and ants will figure out that there's something in there and they'll try to rob this, you know, this hive.
So that's it for the Italianos. Italian.
Okay, so not a whole lot of anything going on really. They're still kind of rolling how we want them to go. So no notes for them really. We're just gonna kind of keep going. We're gonna do these little weekly updates. And, you know, right now we got cap brood. That's a step in the right direction. So once these girls go in to being capped, I think it's like 21 days or something like that. And I don't know what it is after that, but 21 days total before the bees emerge. So within the next couple weeks, we should have some brand new baby bees. So we're right on track. Not a whole lot of new things to learn right now other than the fact that the brood's capped. So yeah, we will check in again next week with another update. We'll check it out again and see how much further we've come. Next week we should have even that much more drawn comb and that much more brood. There's a whole bunch of eggs in there, which is awesome, and a whole bunch of larvae. That means that all those things are gonna grow up, we're gonna cap them. We should have a whole bunch of cap brood this time next week. So I'm really looking forward to that. Cap brood means more bees means more nectar, and more nectar means more honey. So, fun. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, insults, stuff like that, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, I will try to answer them the best I can. And if it's a super good question, then I will probably put those in the intro to the next video. We'll answer them in the next video. Because there's only so much I can say in a comment. And some things you kind of need to elaborate on, that way you really know what's going on. Bees are a deep subject. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, just to kind of stay updated with the bees and how they're doing. If you turn your notification bell on, you can get my videos right to your phone. You get alerted every time I make one of these awesome videos. You should be on this thing. You're missing out. This is for you. I do this for you. I don't even like bees. I'm doing this for you. You're welcome. No thanks necessary. So yeah, until this time next week, have fun, friends. We will see you soon. Oh, and a very, very special happy Mother's Day to all of my viewers, whether you're subscribed or not, to my lovely wife, who is the best mom that I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of moms. She's super wonderful. To my mom, to my sisters, aunts, grandma, even though she's
Mother-in-law.
passed, my mother-in-law, who's super duper awesome, makes the best tortillas in the world. Yeah, I love you all. Happy Mother's Day. Stay thirsty, my friends.
You're such a dork.